Video game outlet Niche Gamer claims that they will be punished by PR firms and video game studios for not covering Elon Musk criticizing the head of Xbox's marketing department. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. And just to kind of provide you context, back on March 27th, Kelly Lombardi, Xbox's global product marketing manager, posted this on X. Raise your hand if you're not a white man and you buy video games. No hate to white dudes. It's just another day in the gaming industry that minorities have to fight to prove they exist. As noted by YouTuber Vera Dark, Lombardi deleted the post, and then she explained this. I deleted my last tweet because it was poorly worded, lacked context, and it didn't accurately reflect how I feel. The gaming industry is incredibly diverse, and the more voices we have creating, watching, and playing games, the better. There's room for everyone. Musk reacted to her original post, writing this. It should not be acceptable for any company in the gaming industry to be racist and sexist against, quote, white guys. So Niche Gamer took to X to explain why they would not be covering Musk's post on its website. This is what they wrote. While we do agree with the base sentiment of gaming companies overplaying their hands per se, unfortunately, we can't cover this particular story or more stories like it without potentially getting punished by the PR firms hired by those same game companies, who we have to rely on to get access to video games for review and coverage purposes, ranging from smaller devs to mid-size operations to even AAA game companies, publishers alike. Because a lot of those same PR people support the people who hold these similar views, like what Elon is referring to here. We're already having significant issues and experiencing roadblocks regarding getting access to AAA titles because we have covered the Sweet Baby Inc. stories alone. It's quite unfortunate. They would then write a follow-up post trying to explain their decision. They wrote, "We made this post last night because we're fed up of the status quo. To anyone saying we're bending the knee, this post is to say we're not. Making that post will already irritate the people causing us issues, and it's time we stopped placating them. We're committed to free expression and enthusiast press. That means we want to make and play the games they want to play, and we want to share the news you care about. That's what we stand for, and that's what we're going to do." So we did have some reactions to this. YouTuber Vera Dark reacted to this, their original post, writing, Xbox, PlayStation, Warner Brothers Games, Square Enix, Capcom, Ubisoft, Bandai Namco, Amazon Games, companies I've received denials from for game codes. Most of these give codes to creators with reaches far smaller than mine. So why deny me? I criticize their business practices. Have I stopped live streaming games? No. Have I stopped covering the ridiculous things these companies do? No, because I just run their roadblocks over. By saying anything negative about them, you're on their crap list. Even a statement like this will get you kicked out of their sphere. I'm only successful and able to stream so many games plus cover so many topics because of my amazing audience. It would never be worth it in a million years to go against who supports me for a few codes or press releases. We also had Jeremy Griggs of Geeks and Gamers. He said this is a strange response that ultimately won't help them keep access. Bottom line, if you bend the knee in any capacity, they own you forever. Either shill for that access and stay quiet or call the BS out and live with being called racist and sexist like we do. The fans will figure out who's authentic and who isn't. So I think they are 100% correct. These tactics only work if you allow them to work. Nevertheless, even if one is subjected to them, one should stand for the truth. I went to confession earlier this week, and I opened up my Bible, and God was speaking to me here through Philippians. So I wanted to quote this because I think it can encourage others, and even Niche Gamer here. And it reads this: "Only conduct yourselves in a way worthy of the gospel of Christ, so that whether I come and see you or am absent, I may hear news of you, that you are standing firm in one spirit, with one mind, struggling together for the faith of the gospel, not intimidated in any way by your opponents. This is proof to them of destruction, but of your salvation, and this is God's doing. For to you has been granted for the sake of Christ, not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for him. Yours is the same struggle as you saw in me, and now hear about me." I can also provide personal testimony, I guess, to what Niche Gamer is facing. When I first founded Bounding into Comics, I did receive review copies from a number of comic book companies, including Marvel and DC, IDW, etc. However, a lot of those companies quickly decided to rescind those review copies and no longer provided them to me and the staff that we had at Bounding into Comics at the time. However, that did not stop us from continuing to cover what they were doing in those comics. Primarily, we were criticizing a lot of what they were doing, and in fact, what ended up happening is we saw enormous growth on the website. And it did not actually hold us back. We actually saw the opposite occur. So I think what Niche Gamer is doing is absolutely stupid. Yes, by getting access early, you can obviously review the games and get your reviews out a little bit earlier than what it would if you had to go out and actually buy the game. You're also saving those costs that you would do, which I think you could probably write off anyways if you have to purchase those games and then you are reviewing them for a business purpose. So sure, you might get out there a little bit earlier, but at the end of the day, I think that it's not worth your integrity. It's not worth being a coward. I think it's much better to keep your integrity intact, stand for the truth rather than cave in any level. And I think that's kind of what Jeremy said there. He says, what is, sorry, new mouse here. This is a strange response that ultimately won't help them keep access. Bottom line, if you bend the knee in any capacity, they own you forever. And I think that is kind of that is huge, and they do. I mean, this post right here shows that they are kind of psychologically owned by these PR firms and their video game studios. You are now a slave almost to them. You're boxed into what they can what they allow you to do. And you should not be living that way. You can indeed break free of those chains. You just have to make the choice to do so. And I encourage Niche Gamer to do that. They should, I think, put a post out saying we made a massive mistake and we will be continuing to cover this, whether or not video game developers provide us with anything. You can still cover the video game industry without having to have access to this. Obviously, a number of examples. We have Very Dark. You have myself. You have Jeremy Griggs of D-Day Cobra. There are many people that are doing this and they are not getting access from these developers and are finding success doing it. And I think Niche Gamer can take a step forward into the light, show some courage, and do that as well. But let me know what you guys make of what Niche Gamer has posted here. It is interesting, too. I haven't really talked about it a lot in this video, but it does show that these companies do indeed use fear tactics, as Kim Belair noted in her 2019 Game Developer Conference presentation, that you should terrify people in order to get your way. This does indeed appear to be a tactic that the video game developers and their PR firms are using on Niche Gamer, trying to terrify them into getting the rain. It does look like it is indeed working to some extent, but hopefully Niche Gamer will realize what they are doing, realize that this is not the right path, and that they will stop living in fear and stand in the light and with courage, because there will be people out there to back them. We are here waiting for you to take that step, Niche Gamer. But again, let me know what you guys make of what they had to say here. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, but to always speak the truth.